Power BI Bootcamp, organized by the Winnipeg Fabric and Power BI User Group in Winnipeg, Manitoba. For those that are joining us from other parts of the world, we also welcome you also. And so far, so good. We have touched based on introduction to Power BI. Also, we I've gone through the Microsoft Learn module where it talks about the intro to Power BI or intro to analytics in general. And we're also able to explore some of the module questions that came after um, the first module, and we're able to answer all the questions correctly, which is a good one. Also, I also talked based on some of the basic things that we need to know about salaries of Power BI developer. We I think we looked at Canada, for example. Is that Raymond? Your background is noisy. Okay. Please, you have a noisy background. Please, I will just advise that you mute yourself. Unless the on the only person that can or mute for now, I think should be Christina because she's sharing her screen. Okay. Yeah. So we explored some of salaries of Power BI developers in Canada, and we were able to see that some people are earning up to 60, 80, 100 per hour, depending on your level of seniority and your level of experience, right? Also last week, we were able to connect, Power BI to a flat file, a CSV file. We're able to do some data transformations that relates to changing data type. But we were not able to really go far yet last week because of the date issue that we were trying to solve, right? So, but today we are really going to go deep a little. Let me just reiterate something for those that are just joining us and for those that have been here for some time. So this class, I would call it basic to intermediate, right? I would call it basic to intermediate. And the reason is because some people are completely new to Power BI that are in this class. I mean, this is their first experience using Power BI. And we don't want to go too deep into so many advanced topics because of people that are still new. Because we want you guys to be relaxed with Power BI, to have some level of confidence with Power BI. Then as time goes on, since you are still going to be in the user group, uh, you will be learning some more advanced topics, step by step, like little by little. It's not going to just come together at once like that. So that we don't want something that will now make you lose in your interest in the whole thing, right? We want you to be comfortable around Power BI, for you to be able to use Power BI very well, and for you to enjoy learning Power BI, right? And I believe that enjoying Power BI is depending on the kind of community that you join, the kind of environment, how the people there are, introducing it to you, how you are navigating the journey of Power BI. Power BI uh, is a very interesting tool to learn, and for the fact that it provides a lot of opportunities in terms of job. But one thing I can tell you guys is that don't see Power BI as the end of the journey. I'm telling you, there's somebody on this call. I will not mention her name. She's into Azure. Some people are into Microsoft Fabric. They've advanced their skills. Some people are learning Azure Data Factory, Synapse, you know, Azure Data Lake Gen 2. Some people are learning Snowflake. Some people are doing a lot of good stuff. I'm telling you. So what I'm trying to tell you is that after this bootcamp, don't see don't think the journey ends here. No matter what we teach you here, there is still a lot more to learn. And most of the work uh will actually come from you by creating time, you know, going that extra mile to actually learn more topics that would actually enhance your skill, right? Because the truth of the matter, as I always tell everybody, is that the workspace, the workplace rather, the workplace is very, very fast paced, right? And most organizations don't even have time for them to say, oh, they want to train you on something. They don't have the time, sincerely. So they expect that you are coming in as an experienced person, you already know the stuff, and you're just coming in to come and probably just start doing stuff for them, start helping them solve problems, start building dashboards for them, start building reports that will answer business questions, right? So the only way that you can grow in this Power BI journey is that after each class, you can either go back to the video recording to rewatch the class, number one, or you can do some further digging. Don't stay at the level of the class alone if you really want to be good with Power BI, right? Because no matter, even if you do Power BI for 1 year, like my other community in Nigeria, we've been on one Power BI bootcamp now since February, and even till now, we have not exhausted Power BI. We have not exhausted. In fact, we've not even though we've been having the class since February, we've not even covered 60% of what is inside of Power BI. I'm telling you, the class since February. So that is just to tell you that Power BI is very deep, and the more you know, the more your earning power, the more your negotiating power for you to negotiate better based on the kind of projects that you have done, right? So that is just the little background to the whole thing. So, Kristana, let's continue from where we stopped last week. You're on home, then you click on transform data so that it can open back the Power Query editor for you. Go to your right a little. Yeah, transform data. Thank you. I wanted you guys to be the one sharing your screen and doing the stuff, and I'll just be instructing you. I think I prefer that method of teaching because it's going to be hands-on for you. Because if I'm just doing it and you're not following, you might just forget most of the steps. But if you do what I'm doing, then you'll be able to understand better. Okay. Before we even go into transformation, there's something that I need to explain to you because somebody will come probably next week, to explain dimensional modeling to you guys, and the person will really break it down for you to understand what dimensional modeling is. Is that you will be our guest speaker, and it will really break down some of the important concepts that you need to understand in dimensional modeling. But before we go into that, I told you last week that this table that you are seeing here, that this table is just it's a flat file, it's a CSV file, and this table is what we call a denormalized table. So I'm still going to explain this to you because what we want to actually do is for us to be able to break down this table into what is called facts and dimension tables. Facts and dimension. But before we even go into that, um, Christiana, I would like you to open a fresh Excel workbook for us, for people to actually understand my explanation. I want you to open a fresh Excel workbook, and I'm going to tell you to type in some things there, and we are going to look at the concept of facts and dimension tables. Can you do that for me now in 1 minute? Okay, I see that your Excel is opened on your tab, but I can, okay, good. Can you expand it a little? Thank you. Okay, so I want you to do something for me now. I want you to list out some tables. So list out type sales, okay? Below that, type products, okay? Below that, type customers, okay? Below that, type location, okay? Below that, type ship mode, SHIP, yeah, ship mode. What are the common dimensions that we can also have here? Um, Product, customers, location, ship mode, dates. Yeah, put dates there, or calendar. You can put dates or calendar. You can put dates or calendar. Okay, good. Is there any other thing? Can you go back to the Power Query? Open back the Power Query editor. Let's see. There's some other tables I can bring out from this sales table. Guys, as we guess where I'm going to, you're still going to understand better. Okay, can you scroll to the right? Let me see some other. Okay, I'm seeing segments. Uh I'm seeing location. Okay, scroll to the right, to the right, to the right. I'm saying location. Okay, good. You can go back to the Excel now. Yeah, so location, type location, location. Segments, yeah, we have segments. Type segments and type location. Okay. Oh, you have to already. Oh, good. Okay. So let me explain the concept of fact table and attribution table to you. So when the company is designing their what they call application database, we call it OLTP. When they are designing their application database, right? That is, for example, let's take a look at an e-commerce organization, for example. So an e-commerce company, they develop an application that you can sign up, right? When you sign up, you put in your information like your name, your address, your postal code, your gender, depending on the sign up information that they require. Some might even require your age, because you cannot probably open an app, those application or sign up if you don't meet a certain age criteria. So depending on the application that you guys are downloading, right? Now they might build it in such a way that by the time you guys are signing up on the application as a first-time user, right? As a first-time user, you are signing up and your details goes to the table called customers, right? So for everybody that is signing up, right, your table goes to the customer table. So I pick an application now, I download from Play Store or Apple Store, I sign up with my first name, last name, postal code, blah, blah, blah. As I'm doing the sign up and I press enter or I click on sign up, all your information will automatically go to a table inside of the application database. Now, that table will be called customers table. And I'm just giving you an example, right? So on that same table is where you will still see all the changes. Don't worry about what I'm saying now. You might later understand it later by the time we go away with the class. It's something that we call slow changing dimensions. It means that, for example, yes, type 0122. Now, type 2 is a very popular one, which is that customers can change their address. I can move from one house to another. Whether the same, it's within the same city, whether I move outside within the same country, whether I move outside of the country, it might be anything. Like customers can change their customers can change their what's it called? Their email. They might use an email to sign up at first. At the end of the day, they might change their email. So all those changes, all those information, they are all going to be reflected inside of the customers table. Now, that customer table that you see, we call it a dimension table because it does not only list all the customers with their ID, it also gives us descriptive information about the customers, right? So on that kind of table, these are things that you're going to see. So Christian, I want you to probably go to your right side. You just click on column D or E or whatever. Yeah. So you can now type customer ID. So these are examples of the columns that you will see inside of the customer table, so that you guys will have an idea of why we call this table a dimension table. Okay. Go to the next the next column E. Go to E2. Let's be fast. Customer first name, or just type first name. Just type first name. Yeah. Type last name. Type last name. Gender. Gender. Okay. Address. Email. What again, guys? Give me ideas so that things you can see inside the customer table. Customer first name, last name, gender, email. What again? These are what I can think about for now. Sorry?
Postal code.
Postal code. Thank you. Postal code, yes. Postal code. Any other idea? Age. We can say date of birth instead of age. You can say no age. You can say date of birth. That one is better. Yeah. DOB. Okay. Any other idea, guys? Postal code, date of birth, email address. What again can we have for customer information? So that is an
City.
sorry?
City. Like where they
City.
live.
Thank you. Thank you. City, country. Yeah. City, country. Exactly. Any other thing, guys? Well, go ahead. Okay. So you will see that this table is not just listing out the customer with their IDs. It's giving us middle name is not compulsory. Yeah, we can have middle name though. Yeah. We can have middle name, but it's not really it's not compulsory anyway. It depends on the application. But you can have that too, Christiana. You can have middle name. Yeah. So as I was saying, this table contains information. Oh, you put it on the same this thing, no? It contains information about the customer. All the information that you might need to know about the customer will be on this customer table. So we call it a dimension table because it gives us a descriptive information about the different customers. Now, Christiana, can you just put some details, some random details under the different columns? So, customer ID, you can put 101, first name, you can put Gabriel something, just put any random name, gender, male, address, just put one simple, please don't type your address or your real address, please. So that I will not come to your house and eat jollof rice. Okay, dress. Okay, 23 Global Road. The 23 might have comma. After the 23, you might have a comma. Good. Type a random email xyz@outlook.com. Date of birth. Just put some date of birth there. Okay, postal code. Put some postal code. City. Just put a random city. Then put a random country and put a random middle name. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. This person's name is funny. It's Susanna. Like three Christian names. Only this person is bearing Gabriel, Sarah, and Peace. It is well. Okay. Can you adjust the email column? It's kind of big. Yeah. Thank you. So, guys, you see that you see now you can see you have an idea of how the customer table will look like, right? You see that it has all the information about the customer. Now let's go to products. So for products, just on still on that column D, just go down a little. Come down a little. No, put some like two rows in between. Aha. Now product ID. So guys, you'll be the one to be doing the talking now. Okay, what do you think will be the next thing?
The product name.
Product name, thank you. Product name. No, name first though. Name. Christiana. Name. Yeah. Product name. Okay. Go ahead. What again, guys? Product category. Now this part is very dicey anyway. The product category can be a separate table on its own. But don't worry, by the time we get to normalization, denormalization, and by the time we talk about star and snowflake schema, you guys are going to understand better. But for now, let's just keep it as simple as possible, right? Okay, product name, product category, product ID, product type. You can put that there. Product brand, product manufacturer. Product brand, product manufacturer. Okay, so put random information there. Product ID AA2. The AA2 might stand for I don't know, put any product there. Biscuits, uh granite oil, uh toilet soap, it might be anything. Product category. Put what category can we put biscuits? Okay. Brand. Can you give it a brand name? You guys can give Christiana some ideas to put in there. Manufacturer.
Brand name can be Christy.
Can be Christy. Okay. Product type. What should we put in product type for biscuits?
Maybe cookie. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Cookies. You can put cookies, something like that. I don't know. Anything. It's just to show you an example. Okay. Now let's move fast. Let's go to location, location. Location table, what do we have there? Location ID. Now you guys are notice you notice that for all of the tables, right, they all have an ID. Now the ID is what we call the unique identifier. That means it's uniquely identifies different entries on that table. So every customer, for example, will have their own ID. So me and you can be giving birth to on the same day, live in the same city, we have the same height, the same eye color, the same skin color, we look alike, but we are different people. Even twins will be separated inside of a customer table because they are two different individuals. Same thing goes for products. Every product will have their own unique IDs, right? And every product will be represented on the different rows in that table, right? Now let's go to location. Location ID, yes. Location name. Location name. What again can we have for location, guys? Can have postal code on location. You can have postal code on location. What again can we have? What again can we have? Uh, what should give me an idea? Sorry, somebody saying something. Can we have what? Region. I understand. Like, can you adjust your mic? For some reason, your voice is not clear. Your audio is not clear somehow. I don't know why. Your voice is still breaking.
Region.
Region, okay. You can put region.
I know why now. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah. It's better now. It's better now. Okay. So you can have region. What again? I don't even know what we can put. I swear. So now the thing is that for location is a little dicey because it depends on the level of granularity that we're looking at it from. Are we looking at it from an address level, like from street level or to a city level or to a province or a state or from a country point of view? What do you think, guys?
Yeah, it depends on the location, like how many location the company has. Like,
No, the location, yeah, you have some points there. So the location thing, right? It might actually be that the location that the company is operating from,
um,
right? And it might also be a location table that captures their customers. Do you understand?
yeah,
So it might be where they have customers from. So it's also kind of dicey in that ah how should we go about this location thing? Well, it's just for us to have an idea. And it's not really it doesn't have to be perfect at this level. It's just for us to have an idea of
I'm
where I'm
thinking,
going to. Yeah,
okay, I'm thinking we should consider like where they have customers from, because we are looking at like their customer ID and stuff like that. Because now, no matter where a company is, like they
yeah,
deliver internationally now, like, or unlike before where they used to base their like delivery based on different locations, but now they like deliver to anywhere. So
okay,
yeah. So maybe to now streamline it, we can have a region. Like for instance, if we are talking
yeah,
about if we are talking about a company in maybe Canada, we can say they
mm-hmm.
deliver to only like North American region, like Mexico
Okay,
or
okay,
America and
yeah,
Canada,
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I understand you. Yeah. Okay, you can just go ahead to put in some information. Um, just a random what's it called? Yeah. Okay, so when we are done with that, we can move to dates. I'm also going to explain dates to you guys how the dates table will look like. And the dates table is also a dimension table. Okay, let's talk about dates first before we go ahead with other tables. So let's go ahead with dates. So you click on dates. So you type dates. The next column should be what? The next column can be year. The next one can be month. The next one can be
dates.
quarter. Quarter. Yeah. Next one can be quarter. The next one can be week. Week number. Week number. What again do we have, guys, in terms of date? You can see day in a year, something like this. Day in a year. You can see day in a week. You can see day in a month and day in a yeah, day in a year, day in a month, day in a week. Yeah, or even day in a quarter, depending on the company, depending on what you're looking for. Day in a week, day in a month, day in a quarter. What again can you see? You can see something like month name. There's no between month and month name. Month will return the month number, right? Month name will return the actual name of the month. You can see another column. So now let me explain this date part for us to some extent. So we have our normal calendar that runs so every start of the year, the 1st of January 2025 is an example. The year starts and it ends by December 31st, 2025. That's the normal calendar for everybody. Now, but you know that for companies, most companies usually have a custom calendar, which they call fiscal year, right? Fiscal year. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? They call it what? Fiscal year. So some companies, their fiscal year can start in April. For example, I think for Microsoft, their fiscal year starts in October, right? So the different organizations, they have when their fiscal year starts and ends. So you can see that in a company, their fiscal year might even start in July. Different companies have different fiscal year. Now, so when we are building our date table or our calendar table, we also need to also consider that, right? So you might have some other further columns. You can add it fiscal year, you can have fiscal months, you can add every other information that is descriptive that you have in your normal calendar table is what you can also have for fiscal years. Some people, depending on the way their database in the company is being built, some people already have like a fiscal calendar table in their database. It means that it's just to tell you that when you get some organizations, they will probably have their own fiscal calendar table in their database, and they expect you to be creating reports in relation to that their customized fiscal year table that they already have. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? So we are still going to get to fiscal, or probably I'll do that as an homework to do, where you write an encode that will return a fiscal year based on a particular date range and based on the start of that fiscal year to the end of it. So we're still going to get there, but yeah, just for you guys to have an idea about the way the date table works, right? Is there any questions so far, guys?
No
Olashini, I
for
see that
me.
your mic is on.
No, I don't have any
My
question.
question,
Okay, ask your question. Someone want to ask a question.
okay, yeah, my question would be that
Yeah.
for the date column also,
Mm, yeah.
can there be like can you include something about season?
Mm.
Like
Wow,
for
nice.
instance, like some companies might want to look
Okay.
at when, like for instance, for a company that sells something like maybe snow plow, stuff like that, they might want to look at maybe when they actually sell the most. Is it during
Okay.
winter or during summer or
Mm.
during spring or during this? Because
Yeah,
that
or
could
during
help them.
fall. Mm.
Yeah, because that
Mm.
could help them to know when best to do like promotions or something like that for
Mm.
people to
Mm.
buy
Mm.
more or
Nice
something.
one.
So
Nice
I
one.
don't know, maybe that date column would,
Yeah.
like, it can include season, or seasonality has to be like a different thing entirely.
Okay. So this is a very good one. This is a very good one. So seasonality can be a different table entirely, right? And we can manipulate our data expressions to actually capture for that, right? Or we can also include it as part of the date table, right? From a particular date to a particular date, or from a particular month to a particular month, right? Just name all the rows winter. From some date range to a particular date range, name, give for that row, when you get to the season section, season column, give it a particular name. So yeah, it's very, very possible. That's a very good one. You can have that. Thank you for that, Dami. You can add that to the column, Christiana. Season. You can add that to the column. That's a very good one. Thank you. You. Okay. Let's go to segments. Segment does not really have much. Just segment ID and segment name. Just segment ID and segment name. Segment ID, segment name. Okay, for ship mode, you can have ship mode ID and ship mode name, something like that. Okay, Now, I want you guys to do something for me now. Since now that you already understand dimension table, we are still going to go to fact table now, right? Now, shipment name, good, okay. Now you see now that customer, so you see that for all of the dimensions, they all have their IDs, right? So I tell you that that's their unique identifier. Different customers, we have their own IDs inside customer table. Different product, we have their own ID inside the products table. Different locations, we have their own location, sorry, their own IDs in the location table. The different dates. So one date cannot have one, two dates cannot share one date ID, something like that. Or let me say, two customers cannot share the same ID. It's not possible, right? For ship mode, different ship mode, we have their own IDs, something like that. So every of uh, the different info row inside of a dimension table represents a unique or a unique entry, or shall I call it? Yeah, let me put it that a unique. I call it a unique or distinct entry. Yeah, unique entry. Let me put it that way. So all these tables that you see here, customers, product, location, date, segment, ship mode, they are all called dimension table. They give us descriptive information about a particular business entity, right? So that is that. Now let's go to the fact table, which is our sales. So let's go to sales table first. Let's be fast because of our time. So the sales table is what we call a fact table. Now, all the information that you see inside of dimension will be represented inside of the fact table. So let's go. We can have something like order dates. Order dates. Yes. Your order has double EO. You can correct it. Order dates. You can have ship dates. Can somebody tell us the difference between ship date and the other dates? Anybody? Chukuka, Risayo, Esther, Raymond, Taiwo, Similen. Difference between order date and ship date.
Okay, let us say I want to buy something from Jumia.
Yeah.
So the day I paid for the product is the order date.
Okay.
Whereas the day they decide to bring it to me will be the ship date.
Okay, thank you. Is that clear to everyone? Okay. You can have the product ID, the customer ID. Chukuka, yeah, your hand is up. You can unmute, I guess. So let me allow you to do so. Okay, you can talk now.
I put up my hand before he spoke. I was just trying to respond to other data.
Okay. No problem. Thank you. Okay, so we have customer customer ID, product ID, location ID, segment ID, and ship mode ID. Now, there's something that I need you guys to understand. I know you guys want to ask me a lot of questions here. You might want to ask me why is it that all the information about customers is not on this table? Why is it that the only thing representing customer is the customer ID? Can somebody give me an idea of why it is like that?
Okay, there's this thing they
Yeah,
call redundancy in
redundancy.
data.
Thank you, sir. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So in such a way that if we have the same the customer data on this other other table,
Sales table,
it
sorry, just say
will
sales.
this table, so it will
Yeah.
make the data to be slower, whereas we can just link it to the customer table.
Okay. You are getting somewhere, but you need to articulate it well, like I expected. You said to make the table slow. What does that relate to? When you say the table is slow?
It means when we create a report, if you are navigating the
The word
report,
the,
it will
the
be
word you're looking
slower.
for is refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's refresh. When you refresh the table, it becomes slower because the information that is there is too much, right? Now, let me explain to everybody so that we understand this part before we go today. So, when we say redundancy, as Timileyin said, it means that you are repeating the same information that is already available, right? So, some people, when you are building reports, some people will repeat all the information that we already have on customer table, from customer ID to middle name, and still put everything inside of their sales table. You don't have to put everything there. The only thing that you need to put inside of the sales table that would represent customer is just the ID. That's why we now have the dimension table that will now give you more descriptive information about the customer. If you now have a customer called customer 107, where you are now going to see more information about that customer is inside the customer table. All you need to have inside your sales table is just the customer ID. If you now need more information about that customer, then you will go to the customer table. The only thing that will represent products inside your sales table is the product ID. If you need more information about the product, then you go to the product table to see, oh, this product called A21. You will see, when you go to the product table, you will see that the product is called butter, or in the UK they call it boha. I don't know what you guys call it in the UK. Is it butter or butter? Anyhow, right? You see that, okay, oh, the product category is this, the brand is this, manufacturer is this, the type is this. So that is why you have the product table that you are now going to link up with the sales table to get more information about the products that you are dealing with. Same goes to other dimensions like your location, like your segments, like your ship mode. And with this, you can, to some extent, optimize your reports. So you don't have to have customer ID, first name, last name, gender, address, everything inside of the same table. When you already have that in your customer table, and you are still repeating the same information inside of your sales table. Do you understand this part, guys?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Good. So now that you've seen, so let me now give you a little bit of about a little bit info about sales table. Sales table is a table that contains all our measures, all the KPIs you want to track. You want to be able to track total sales. Oh, put it there. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Sales, put price, put sales, put price, put quantity. Yeah, and put costs. Cost also. Put cost, quantity, and cost. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you see that this sales table gives us all the information that we need for our analysis. You want to see, we want to look at the total, our prices, the total quantity sold, our profit margin, our sales by location, sales by customer, sales by product, profit by segment, all the measurables, everything that we want to measure, you will see them inside of the sales table, right? So that is why we call the sales table a fact table. It contains all the measures, all the metrics, every KPI that we want to track. See all of that inside of the sales table. Is it clear to us, guys? Before we go ahead, any questions
Yes.
so far? Christina, you have a question?
No question.
Okay. So, by the time we come back next week now, I don't know when the guest speaker is going to be here. Maybe he's going to come next week. I don't know. I'll make an arrangement with him because he wants to come and teach us. He wants to come and teach us dimensional modeling. But I think he told me that I should leave the topic to him so that he can break down the normalization and mention to you guys. So go back to your Power Query now, Christina. You see um, that sales table that we brought in, the denormalized table. It contains all the information, and we don't need to do this. That's why we need to actually break it down. We'll break this down into the different dimension and the different fact table. Now, I want you guys to do something for me as a class exercise now before we go. I want you guys to look at this table on Christiana's screen and tell me how many tables that we can create from this table. 1, 2, go. I want you guys to put it in the comment section or the chat section, rather. Aslan, what happened? You're a little late to the class today. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Ediri or oh my God. Is it Ediri Orode? I'm so sorry, but I cannot pronounce your name very well. Okay, can we hear from you? Anybody can talk now. Let me allow you guys use your mic. So I'm allowing mic for everybody. I'm sorry if I didn't allow mic for you at first. It's just because we want to be able to control people that have very noisy background. We don't want okay, let me allow mic for a minute in case she also wants to say something. Okay, so guys, I'm waiting in the chat section, or you can just unmute yourself and talk. I want the class to be interactive. So the class
I
is
get product, customer.
okay. Can you type? Somebody already type something. Sales table, yes. Customer table. What do you mean by production table? Do you mean products? Ty, what do you mean products? The class is 9 a.m. Winnipeg time. Adi. Can you retype it, Ty? Everybody can see. I want you guys to contribute, please. Let's be fast. Good morning, Aslan. Product table, yes, yes. Yeah, Ediri. Ediri, is it Ediri or Ediri? I don't know, sorry. You can talk. Your hand is up. Your hand is up. You can talk. Okay. I'm seeing product customer. Is that all? Is that all, everything we can pick from this table? Somebody said date table. Okay, good. What again? What about location? We have postal code there. Oh, we cannot hear you. And I've given you the chance. Can you adjust your audio? Can you? Something is wrong with your audio, I guess. Yeah, we can have the date table. Yeah, you're correct. Can you scroll to the right, Christiana, so they can see? Oh, 6 table from Timileyin. Other table, date table, customer, location, products. Why you not put pack table? Is that I don't understand. Is pack table is name of the table? Nobody's talking about segments. The category is there. The category is there. It's recategory, not category. Recategory. Okay? Can somebody tell me everything that is measurable on this table? Things that we can quantify, that we can measure. Anybody? For example, give an example. Unit price is
Total
quantifiable.
sales.
Total sale. Is that, do we have that there as a column?
You said what we can we don't have it as a. You said
Okay,
what we can quantify.
I mean the columns. Which of the
Oh, in the
columns is
column
measurable? Yeah, that is
measurable.
measurable. Yeah.
End sales.
End sales, yeah.
Okay. Which
You
one
have
again?
quantity.
You have to be going like left and right, Christiana. Don't
Return, yeah,
stay
return
at one
answer.
place. So everybody can see. Discount is there.
We have
Discount,
this. We have
Quantity is there.
quantity.
Exactly.
We have sales.
yeah. We
And we
have
have
sales.
sales. Okay.
Then we have return
Return. Is
answer.
return measurable? I don't think so.
Uh,
No. It's measure is yeah, it can be measured, but I think each return answer represents something.
okay.
Yeah. But
Like
we are still
category.
going to explore it more.
Okay.
We're still going to explore it more. Okay, guys. We have come to the end of today's class. I hope you enjoyed the class today. We are going to continue next week, where we will talk more about denormalization, normalization, and those concepts that relates to data modeling. Thank you very much, guys. See you again next week, Saturday, 9 a.m., please. 9 a.m. Winnipeg time, not 10 a.m. Thank you, guys. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful day ahead. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, bye.
Bye bye.